everyone doing? Got my X-Men the Animated Show t-shirt on, celebrating the Doomsday Avengers trailer. I actually didn't know anything about it. Dave was coming to find us. He was asking what we thought of it. So I'm kind of doing some spring cleaning, and I got some new long boxes, actually 10. Long boxes were $7 each or 10 for 50, so I got 10. And I'm just doing some real mild sorting today. All I'm doing is I am separating DC, Marvel, and anything else that is in the big two. So that I bring you along. I hope everyone's having a good late March and you're looking forward to April. You got April 1st right around the corner next week, right? Tuesday. So it's gonna be a little noisy, and then once I'll assemble 3 of these with lids, and then we can start looking at some books. But I thought, just to have a little conversation. Not too bad. Yeah, it's a good price. mattsbaseball.com. That's where I got these from. They're as good as anything else, I find. Oh, found a nice clear backer board. Those are always fun to have. So I'll just bring you along while I assemble these. That's just dunnage. I think they just have that in there as a spacer. Yeah, so these aren't like DCW boxes or anything, but I find that they're just as good once you kind of get in the mode of assembling them. So, what's up? I guess baseball season's underway. I know some people are excited for that. I don't get any of the games, so mostly if I'm watching anything, it's classic games on like ESPN Classic or something like that. I've been listening to some audiobooks, just like free Stephen King stuff on YouTube. That's been kind of fun. I blasted through Dr. Sleep, just like a sequel to It. Excuse me, a sequel to The Shining, which is pretty amazing. And I had a really good time with Pet Sematary. That's a really good audiobook. Kind of effed up, really. But I always had the wrong idea about that. What I thought that was going to be did not turn out to be what the movie was. Or, excuse me, what the book was. But then I actually did watch the movie, and I really did like Fred Gwynn as the neighbor man.
He's not home.
Probably went out for a hamburger or a chicken dinner, dear. You know how men are when they're alone.
I watched the remake just for the fun of comparison, and I didn't get too much out of it. You can't beat Fred Gwynn. They had John Lithgow playing the Fred Gwynn neighbor character. I mean, once you had Herman Munster as a character in the movie, you can't go wrong. I mean, what would that My Cousin Vinny movie been without Fred Gwynn? I could actually more easily imagine the movie without Marissa Tomei than I could without Fred Gwynn. Alright. Got one assembled. I tend to reinforce these. I don't like this spot right here. That scene is definitely the box's Achilles heel, but not too bad. I haven't really seen any new movies. I guess I can say though, the main good thing I found about the Beetlejuice sequel was it got me to watch the original one again. And man, that was basically like I love the movie The Mask, but I gotta say I think Michael Keaton got there first. Just being as crazy as you can be, jumping from character to character. And I love Jim Carrey as The Mask. Man, that first Beetlejuice movie, when they first meet him, he's just he's unstoppable in that. He's like a reasonable man too. I mean, the Gina Davis character, she gets bad vibes from him, but you gotta listen to the man. He had his merit.
Guy, come on. We're simpatico here. Look at us. Huh, we even shop at the same store. Hey, hermano. Yeah, there you go. Hey, come on. We're like peas in a pod, the three of us. Let's face it, you will.
I don't know what he was doing on the sequel. I think he was like operating a call center, which I guess is kind of funny. It's hard to know, man. It's hard to know if Tim Burton still has the old magic. The last really good thing of Tim Burton I think I really liked was Dumbo. That's really the last time I found the old Tim Burton magic. I would just do a couple lids. I just find it's easier to get the DC and Marvel separated, and then deal with all the Image and Dark Horse and Aerosol, all that stuff later. What else? Yeah, work's going pretty well. We were a little slow. We tend to get a little bit slow after Chinese New Year for about a month. All the ships of the world almost all but stop moving while they party. All right, so do one more lid. What else? Haven't been cooking too much. I usually do love to cook. Still make my quinoa and pork chops once in a blue moon, but I'm always making quinoa. I just haven't had the chops. Yeah, you know, got a nice little piece of salmon in the fridge the other week. That cooked up real nice in the oven. That was kind of a treat. But mostly working, I'll just get like one of the sub sandwiches off of Walmart.com and maybe like a salad. And I'm always drinking the Topo Chicos. So yeah, I'm always like, I got a bag with my dead soldiers as I'm leaving every night. Check those out. I don't know. It's tough recycling, especially glass. I should probably get back in the habit of at least recycling. God, I haven't had like aluminum cans in the house in a long time, but like water bottles, I guess. Feel a little bit guilty about just chucking those out. So, comic-wise, I did mean to get that Savage Dragon 275. That's going to be like every time there's a monumental issue number, Eric Larson will do like a $10 book. It's always kind of a treat. This weekend is WonderCon, and it's funny. A lot of people would probably say, "Oh my God, Todd McFarlane, Jim Lee, Dennis Cowan," and they'll just be like, "Yeah." But for me, I'm always immediately disappointed when I see those big names. I love those guys, but I know when showrunners get those big names at the top of the marquee, they almost stop trying after that. They figure that's the show right there. And granted, Jim Lee, legend. Todd McFarlane, legend. Dennis Cowan, legend. But I like the smaller names. I like the people I could actually meet. I mean, I like to do my paint pens, and I like to just talk with them a little bit. And I don't think you could do that with Jim Lee anymore. You could do that with Jay Lee, although Jay Lee does want an insane amount of money for his remarks. So I was just like, I'm curious, like, who's gonna be there that I would love to meet? I scroll down, and right away I see Mark Tex, and I thought, man, oh man, I'd love to get Tex on some Ghost Rider books. Something. Okay, if I could come up with 5 people I'd love to meet, maybe I'll shoot over there like for 4 hours this weekend. I'm thinking, I've been good. Maybe I'll just do that. I'll walk in, park on the street like I tend to do. I usually park at the Anaheim Marriott and walk over. I could buy my tickets, and then I'm like thinking, okay, let me see who else is gonna be there. I'm like, oh, Steve Oliff. I love Steve Oliff. Probably most famous for coloring Akira, but the founder of this dude, he revolutionized comic book coloring, and I bet that pisses a lot of people off, because I'm with you. I like the way comics looked watercolored. I dig it. I love Valiant, and they were all about the watercolor. And Steve Oliff probably a lot of what people don't like about modern comics can be, at least Steve Oliff would be in the conversation of why that is. He revolutionized computer coloring. All that kind of like color separation they did in Spawn, where Spawn's glove would have 9 different shades of gray, and then fading into the red, and then like a little bit of green, and then you could actually like see shapes and the color separation. That's all Steve Oliff. And I'd be like, okay, we're kind of getting there. And then I'm like, okay, 2, and I keep going. I'm like, oh, Renee. She was an editor with Marvel. I'm just gonna say her name is Renee Wintersetter. I need her name. Basically broken down into phonics. Like I can never say it. Okay, it's like cool. I'd get her to sign my She-Hulk 50. I already have Howard Chaykin. I already have Dave Gibbons. I hope to someday get Frank Miller on there. So I'm kind of like working on this book, getting it signed. It's a great looking book. I'm like, okay, one half a point. She's an editor. No disrespect, but I could have met her to sign my book when Eric Larson was signing at that little that hotel in Costa Mesa for just like a little meet and greet thing. It's basically like in the outside bar patio. So I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, all right, Derek Hunter, Pirate Club. I met Derek Hunter in we're losing light. I met him in 04. My brother and I went to Comic-Con in 2004, and he was like the one artist that I was able to like honestly gush to. He had a great book, Pirate Club, with slave labor graphics, and I gushed a little bit, and he was cool about it. You know, a lot of artists can't handle it. They either can get a little snobby about it, or you could just tell it makes them uncomfortable. But he was cool, and I was like, all right, I can have him sign my Pirate Club book. But I also remember that 6 years ago, I saw a video of him on YouTube where he has a bonfire and he's burning all of his original Pirate Club original art.
Pirate Club on top and a bunch of old drawings and Quentin's hand. All right, Ryan, you want to throw some of your crap on there? All right. Oh, goodbye, friends. So this is it, the burning party. And it's all just gonna go to waste.
Broke my heart. And I know myself. It's on my mind. I'm gonna say it to the man. So I'm like, he's trying to get away from Pirate Club. For whatever reason, he got into character design for cartoons. And I guess Pirate Club was a bad part of his life. I loved it. But anyway, so that was 3, and then I really couldn't find any others. Arthur Sudam. I know PGH had a great meeting with him. I've met Arthur.
They call me the mayor.
You know, so I wasn't really
all
gonna
my
put him
days
down
here.
as one of my choices. But yeah, there's just like a couple other names on there. They're not even like really listed. You have to actually go into Artist Alley to find some of these people. So I'm like, all right, 3. Sometimes it'll like say the art of Mike Golden, and he could either be there or just like some of his people will be there selling his prints.
I'm
selling
in
his
Maui.
exclusives. I learned that lesson with Joe Benitez. I brought some Joe Benitez stuff. He does a book called Machina?
Machine. Hey, Malcatraz.
Darkness stuff. Joe Benitez was the artist on that. I'm thinking, I don't know if he's going to be there though. Last time at the LA Comics Show, I asked, hey, where's Joe? And one of his people working in his booth said, Joe's in the south of France. I'm like, I got 5 of his books here. You want them? I'm not going to carry them around all day. I brought these to get signed. So that's what you have to look for. Sometimes you'll think that the person's going to be there, but it's just like they're selling stuff and they have their cronies working the booth. You gotta be wise, because man, carrying a lot of books that you don't need at the show, that's also gonna hurt you. All right, so let's just start doing some stuff. I made a Shadowhawk label. I got lazy. I didn't do my label maker. I made one for the Darkness. I made one for Prophet. So let's just start. I wish I had some Post-its. Okay. So I'm just gonna like make a Marvel, an M for Marvel, a D for DC, and I'll just put an I for indie, even though it's not really what it is. Because what's indie these days? Indie is you go to FedEx office, formerly Kinko's, you print out your books, you fold them half, and you staple them yourself. That's indie. I don't know if that even really exists anymore. It's called just small press, really. So, yeah, that's what's up. I watched a couple more movies. What did I see? I have not seen the Daredevil Born Again show. I'm excited for to see season 5 of Fargo. That show's terrific. Marvel. Marvel. That's about it. Alright. And we already kind of got our indie box going. Okay. Just kind of crank through some stuff. It's gonna be probably a lot of Image. Youngblood Strike File. Should have started a little earlier. But I shall go get a lamp. How about that? Be right back. There we go. I gotta lower my voice a little bit too. I shut the front door. Just kind of airing it out, airing out the apartment. But let me go get. I actually got one right here. I'm gonna make a RoboCop section 2. Not RoboCop 2, just RoboCop. Anything RoboCop. So I got this Mortal Coils. Actually, this guy's always cool. David Mack. Must be a local guy. He does a lot of shows for us. I always like seeing David Mack. You know what? I think this guy Derek Robertson, who came up with does the art for The Boys. I think he's going to be there. But Tim Bradstreet is kind of elusive. There's been 2 shows that I've gone to. I used to make kind of a big stink when people canceled, but now I fully get it. There's nothing more kind of rewarding and gratifying than having a set appointment, a rendezvous set that I don't want to say flake out on, but I'm just saying, if I had to like go to a convention and sit somewhere all weekend and I could just cancel it, that would be a great feeling. That would be a great feeling. So, whereas I used to like kind of resent it, now I'm just like, all right, dude, living the dream. Not only are you an artist that people wants to meet, but you don't even want to go.
I just don't give up.
That's when you know you made it.
Finally made it home, but I don't got the key to get in.
Wildcats, Jay Lee. And that's not even me being facetious or what have you. That's me like saying, you live the way you want to, man. Catch you next time. Screw it. We need a Gen 13 label. Let me come back with more of these file separators. You can just never have enough of these. I was initially kind of bummed. There I go on that YouTuber cadence again. Initially, I was kind of bummed out that my shop kind of stopped pulling my books for me. And it wasn't that I wasn't coming in for them. It was just that the whatever is set up for them, Diamond or what have you, had a glitch. And my only regret is like not getting Tarot Witch the Black Rose, because when you miss those, they're kind of hard to get. But now it's just kind of a blessing. Me not getting more books. So I got Gen 13. That's also for like Gen 13 Bootleg or whatever, Gen 13. J. Scott Campbell, Gen 13. Ed Bennis, Gen 13. So yeah, I'm not getting any new stuff, but that's okay, because when I got back into collecting comics 7 years ago, it was because of I was reading books online. I read all of the Alan Moore Swamp Things, all of the Neil Gaiman Sandman, and I was really back into comics in a big way. And then I just kind of started building a library, and then I learned about people sharing their books on YouTube, and it was like, oh my, what a great thing.
And my trailer's caught on fire.
Yeah, it's kind of easy to get too many books. So I'd rather be at too many books than way too many books. So yeah, I know my limitations on this one. And we got some nice Wildcats, and I'm probably gonna need another box, but well, there's some nice 90s Marvel, Cable. I love Cable. There's my Kanuga Ghost Rider. I enjoyed that a lot. More Cable. Here is the Essential Vertigo version of Sandman. What issue is this supposed to be of? It's the Essential Sandman Book 3. I don't know if this reprints First Lucifer or what have you, but Sam Keith on art. I'll at least get that for cheap. Bane Conquest. I love Bane. I love Vengeance of Bane 1 and 2. This Bane's Conquest, I don't know, I wasn't too into it. It's okay though. Bad Bane is still better than just about any other comic. We got Cyberforce. Oh, I'm doing that little split cover thing here. Me and Jacob Barnowski know what this is about. You put the board in the spine so you can enjoy it all the way around. So, Scott Williams inking Silvestri. That's cool. I always liked that book. Got a trade of Riverdale. So I just kind of pulled some like wall books. These are gonna go on my wall, but like I have little cubbies up there of top loaders. I figure I'm gonna take out probably like some of the older Mendoza stuff that's been up there for like 7 years. But I thought it'd be cool to have a glow-in-the-dark the Max. See if I could ever catch that thing accidentally glowing. These are 3D of the Max. In case I ever want to see the Max popping out. Tesla Strong. It's a Bruce Timm cover. And shout out Big Elbow. He was down with Carl, the cat that makes peanut butter sandwiches. I know he's probably the biggest Food One fan I know of. I think I got Power in the Closet. I think the plug just came out. Got these old wall sockets, and a lot of times they don't hold the plug very well. Yeah. Wow. That's gonna be an issue. That's super loose. I wasn't shaking it or anything. So yeah, Carl will make a cool wall book. And I just love this Glenn Fabry painting of the Duke in the swamp water on top of the casket. There's a line going down to the coffin. Little Jesse Custer's in there. His grandma's punishing him. And that's what they do. Whoa. I got different light levels just from looking up. Anyway. Got more RoboCop. I know Lee found this entire Frank Miller cover run of these Avatar RoboCops. These are cool. Avatar artwork is just, it's grotesque, but there's something about it. There's definitely something about it. More Ennis Big Pun. Dark Child. I think I might have got this thinking it was perhaps a Mike Turner cover. I don't believe it is. Mike Deodato Glory. Love her. That's kind of like Rob Liefeld saying, "Aw, I want an Angela character too," and just basically making one. And this is what he did when he wanted to have a Superman. "Aw, I want a Man of Steel." Supreme. It took Garth Ennis to give this character any substance. Alan Moore to give that character any substance at all. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, honestly, I'm sort of doing this because I'm going to be putting some boxes on top of boxes, and you kind of like, you don't really know when you're going to see your books again. But yeah, I'm trying to come up with some kind of organization where I have some idea. Frank Miller RoboCop again. This is kind of weird. Gen 13 Max. That's what like the Gen 13 kids would look like if they were in the Vertigo universe. So I got a Gen 13 label now. Okay. I believe this was from Davis. Critters. It's a nice indie book. More RoboCop. I got a nice little Shadowhawk run I'm working on. That's the nice thing about Shadowhawk books. They're cool, but you don't have to worry about looking for them. They will find their way to you, which is great. I love that. Okay. I believe when I picked this one up for Davis, I got one for myself. Kari Andrews. Love that dude. This is one of the Marvel Blink covers. Coming into my Will Jack stuff. Met Will Jack. What was that? Was that January? He was cool. A little expensive, but I mean, I think his autograph is reasonably priced. So, what do you say? Do we do it? Do we give Will Jack his own little section, or do we just chuck these into DC? Now let's give Will Jack a little section. I'd love to like make the little lettering on the card look like that, but he's too good for me, man. Yeah, like Will Jack's like a rock star comic artist. I remember like he had like I'm not gonna say he had devotees. I'm not gonna use the term groupies, but he definitely had like a cheering section. And when they left, we were just like, well, you keep a really nice company. He's like, I try. So he's enjoying his success. Like, he had a pretty flash car parked right out front. He needed frequent breaks, but it wasn't like he went out to smoke, which is cool because his books don't smell like cigarettes. But he literally just needed to go out and stretch his legs. I think he's like 6'7". Cool guy. I like them. So yeah, got a little Will Jack section going. Yeah, it's just kind of like recapping my year too. There's some more. Cool guy. Almost done. Keep going. It's from Davis. It's gonna go with Marvel. I really do need like a Frank Miller section, to tell you the truth. I can't really follow Eric Larson though. He I don't know. I don't know what it is about his like social media. I can't hang with it. He's a great artist though. Here's more of The Darkness. Okay. Here's a Spider Woman. Davis had a great video. He shared the first appearance of Silk. Man, what a beautiful book that is. And Iggy Pop also had a really good video recently of an AOK from Graphic Man Micah, which was an amazing video. I think maybe he said that was going to be a two-parter. I can't remember. Lethal Foes of Spidey. Spider-Man. All right. She lives in a house, in a very big house in the country. The food that she eats and the people she meets in the country. Nice little Silk. Man, oh man. Look like good people. I like to hit the buffet with these folks, you know. I gotta try that hot pot. I hear hot pot's pretty amazing. Here's a nice Spidey cover. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Wonder Woman. I thought this was a nice one. Is that a Romita Jr. cover? No, probably not. One of these days, I'm gonna get organized. Darkness. Just a cool character. I know I didn't share these too long ago. They just kind of sat there, and now I'm gonna give them their own little cubby. It's a nice Sin City. Is that Carlton Fisk? I don't recognize those medallions. Carlton Fisk. Steve Carl. I can't think of the Kingpin's name. Something Fisk. Carlton Fisk was a catcher for the White Sox. I think I need a Punisher section all over again. More of that Max Punisher. It's a cool cover. I'm surprised I didn't give this a new board. Oversized issue 25. If you like this kind of stuff, I don't know if he still has them, but Under the Cowl of MS has a nice stack of Witchblade he was selling, which honestly, if I wasn't overstocked myself, I'd probably want more of the darkness. I enjoy this. I enjoy the darkness's vibe. And movies, Will Jack's taking a lot of space. Dinner tonight is going to be some, my truck's in the shop. I actually kind of missed 2 nights of work. I got friends that'll give me a ride, but the only thing is, like, we all have different breaks, and if they get to go home at like 1 and I'm working till 3, I just end up feeling really bad. So it would have been nice to have been earning tonight. It always is a good feeling. That's like the ultimate drug when you know you're doing the best you can with everything. Getting released from work, getting cut for the night. That's good. You feel that right there, and that's pure. So you kind of like miss that feeling, that amazing drive home from a shift. Well, we'll get back there. We'll all get back there. We're all doing our best. Everyone's doing everything they can. Everyone just does what they think is right. Nice Spideys. I don't know why I have to. Why don't these two ever hang out? I'd like to see that. Punisher and Cable ever have beers? There's a lot more Cable. I really like that book called X-Man too. X-Man. If I was Eminem and I said X-Men, I'd have to make some kind of Caitlyn Jenner joke. But, I got some profit in the end. Why didn't you tell me? Okay. We're just hanging out. If I had live content, I would probably just go live, but I never like the pressure. If you say something about geckos, you offend the people who like frogs, and if you say something about frogs, you offend the people that like geckos. So that's why I don't go live. One time I was on this live show and I was going on and on about Madagascar day geckos, and this guy got right in my face because he was all about poison dart frogs. It was a whole thing. Darkness. Oh man. Preacher, preacher. Preacher, preacher. Some more. Oh, that's just a good darkness cover, man. That's just quality. Okay, more Prophet. This is a wraparound cover. And amazingly, the back cover features guest spots from Cap, Wolvie, Mr. Fantastic, and Hulk. So that's kind of cool. Turn these. Some kabukis. I think I should stop the video. It's already about an hour. Sorry for taking so much time on the what have yous. What was I doing? Oh, I was making boxes for like 25 minutes. Anyway, just wanted to hang out, talk a little movies, talk a little shows, talk a little food, not offend the gecko people, not offend the dart frog people. Yeah, everything is actually falling into place. I get my truck back tomorrow. I got pulled over. Like driving into my apartments. My pulse flared up a little bit. I drank some water. I actually didn't like that it took so long to stop. But as you come into my apartment, there's just this big traffic circle thing, and I just know from experience it's not good to stop there. You gotta like pull forward. So I just basically went where I was going. I had a flashlight on my hands for about 10 minutes, which is never cool. I just got in Taco Bell and I was really excited about it. So I didn't start eating the Taco Bell, but it went a little soggy. It just turns out that my light that shines on the license plate was out. And I guess if your car has those, you're required to keep them illuminated. But if you have an older car, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to install them. But yeah, I didn't get a fix-it ticket, but I got a very one guy was stern, one guy was cool kind of warning. So I took care of it right away. But you know, electric on old vehicles, it could take days. But that's about it. Get it back tomorrow. Get back to work. Get back to everything but buying more comics, because we are closed. We are closed for business. I say that all the time though, and I still amass more books. I think what I need are those big Home Depot rack shelves, like inventory shelves that pawn shops have. I think if I could go like 8 high, put my long boxes in there, I think we could find more space for more books. But as far as me buying more toys, maybe more cards. Cards are really easy to fit into a collection, and they're not so easy to fit into your budget though. So I had my fling with buying cards for a while. But anyway, thanks for watching. This might be a long video, but I thought it was better than nothing. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. You guys have a great one. Thanks for watching, and have a great spring. Have a great April. Have a great month of May. I'll be back though. Maybe once I get everything nice, I'll start reading these and have some thoughts on them. All right. Thanks. Bye.